I'm Robert Musyoki, Director, KALRO Seeds. KALRO Seed is one of the departments of KALRO. KALRO is a Kenya Agricultural Livestock Research Organization, which is the premier organization that is mandated to do research, agricultural research in the country. KALRO Seed was formed way back in 1997, and by that time it used to be known as KALRO Seed Unit. And when it was formed, it had the mandate of development of the breeder materials, breeder seeds, pre-basic and basic, and the certified seed of the open crops. And by then we were referring them to crops like the sorghum, the millet, the cassava, and beans, green gram and cowpea. Over time it has served its mandate, but of course last year KALRO management decided to do restructuring of the KALRO Seed Unit by then, which one of the restructuring was renaming it from KALRO Seed Unit to KALRO Seeds. And of course the other one was to make sure that it's expanded its mandate in terms of production and in terms of activities. And that time it was transferred from KALRO headquarters to Thika, which used to be PTC, Practical Training Center, which was renamed to be KALRO Seed Head Office. This transformation included increasing the number of crops under production, increasing the varieties that are to be produced, ensuring that there are ways by which these products are produced in a certified manner and they are able to reach to the farmers. They also thought of dissemination channels, which these varieties were to reach the farmers after the production. And from where we are at the moment, we have expanded from what used to be 2 centers, then was Katumani and Thika Kandara, KALRO Kandara, but now we have 16 centers that are the KALRO Seed Unit. These centers are located depending on agroecological requirements and also community needs in that area. For example, we have 2 centers at the coast, that is Matuga and Mutwapa. These are taking care of the coastal needs and according to coastal environment. We have the varieties that our breeders have developed that are suitable for coastal regions. And when it comes to crops, KALRO Seeds has taken up that for multiplication and disseminating the same crops, the same varieties to that region. We have centers like in central or in the lowlands, drylands in Kenya. This is where we have Katumani. Katumani is producing the dryland crops. We have maize, we have green gram, we have sorghum, we have millet, which have been developed by the scientists there and are being produced for that region. Among the 16 centers, we have the Mwea, which is taking care of the rice. We have Embu, that's mostly taking care of cassava, sweet potato, seedlings that are required in central Kenya. We have also maize that's being developed and is going to be produced in that region for mean altitude. Then of course we have now KALRO Seeds where we are, and we have KALRO Kandara. Mostly these ones are specializing on what's required in the central Kenya when it comes to fruit production. These are macadamia, you know, it's a big thing in central Kenya. We have the avocado, especially the ass. We have the mangoes in this area. So these centers are making sure that they fit in that gap to ensure materials that have been materials are propagated in quality standards for these regions. We have centers like Joro, which is handling the Central Rift Valley, and mostly they are producing wheat, sunflower and soya. We have Muguga also, which is going to produce maize and the beans. And when we move to the also Rift Valley, we have Old Jorok, that is taking care of the pasture for livestock. In Western Kenya, we have Kitale, Alupe, Kakamega, and Kibos, also taking care of the products that are required in that region and that are suitable for that region. So in total, we have 16 centers that are under KALRO Seeds at the moment. To achieve our mandate, which is production of quality certified seed, we work together with KEFIS to ensure that we meet all the required standards, both nationally and internationally. And our mandate is to ensure that we produce, after the breeders have produced their varieties, the breeder materials we produce the pre-basic and we produce the basic. Mostly this one we produce targeting our private companies for whom we have licensed to make sure that they get the pre-basic and they get the basic to go and multiply further to ensure that now from there they get the quality seeds that are going to be benefit from, the other people are going to benefit from. So as you can see, this is a bean, cut bean 1. C1, this is a certified 1. And you can see it's a bean, it's a red gold cut bean 1, 2 kilogram packet. This is just an example of how we are packing our products. All our products in all the centers, in all the regions, are using this brand for packing when it comes to seeds. So when you want to ascertain whether the seed is genuine, you can see we have what is called KEFIS sticker. This to show that the products have been certified as being produced using the required KEFIS standard and international standards, and we have been given this label, this sticker, which if the farmer wants to find out whether the seed is genuine, the packet he or she has bought is genuine, they will scratch the sticker, and then there is a number that is inside there which you are going to send using your phone. It has the instruction, and then the reply is going to come telling you that this bean is cut bean 1, which is certified class 1, and of course is a genuine seed and ready for planting. So it has that information that's going to come, simple information that's going to come through the phone. That's just one of the methods whereby we ensure our products are safe and the farmers can identify the product is good. When the farmers buy this product, we always advise them not to throw away the packet, so that in case there is poor germination, you are able to come back to this sticker and you'll be able to get to follow up, and it will also help us to follow up whether what could have happened to the product maybe during production up to the time you reached it. So we always advise the farmers not to throw the packets immediately after planting, but they keep it until the crop is germinated, and of course even after, during the harvesting is when they can maybe do away with it, because in between there might also be variability. In case you see something like that one, you can also come back and also try to see what could have happened to this. So always keep it and also scratch the card. As you can see, this is soya beans. This is a variety SB19, certified CIG1, and you can see also there's the lot number there, and also there's weight. The lot number, this number is very important to us because it shows the bunch of that product, and in case when you plant there's any problem, we will follow up on this bunch to get sure to make sure we know what caused that problem. Is it that it was kept for long? Is it that there was problem in the production, or what could have? So it will assist us to know what could have been the problem with that seed in case there is any problem. So it's very climate change, we know, is a global phenomenon which is affecting all sectors, not only of agriculture, but of course of human ecology. Climate change is going to be there, and scientists have said it's something that's going to continue. As KALRO, we know scientists are busy producing technologies that are going to combat the climate change. For us as KALRO Seeds, we are taking these technologies, especially the seeds and of course other ones like moisture conservation. These technologies, we combine them together to ensure that we disseminate this information of climate change to the farmers. There are varieties that have been developed of late that are climate resilient, and these ones we can talk of green gram varieties like Biashara, Karembo, which take 45 days to mature. We have maize like Ukamez, we have sorghum, we have millet, we have even cassava that has been developed, which are aimed at combating this climate change. And we are telling the farmers, when they plant these crops, they are likely to get better yields, better returns per unit area than when they plant the normal way they used to do or any other product.
In addition to the conventional seeds that KALRO Seeds also deals with, we also have the seedlings for the fruit trees, seedlings for other types of tree crops. For example, like now what we have here are the avocado seedlings, the Hass variety. So in addition to all these that we know, the conventional materials like avocados, mangoes, and other seedlings like papaya, we also do these days also ornamental crops for other kind of fruit trees, and we are also going into forestry trees because of the green cover issue. And we are expecting that with the climate change, we really need to incorporate the issue of planting trees. And when we plant trees, we are going to mitigate the effect of climate change. In addition to these seedlings also being available here at the KALRO Seeds headquarters, we also have them all over the KALRO centers wherever there is a mkulima shop. It is a one-stop shop. If the product is available in, for example, at the coast, you walk in a center in Nairobi, that product will be available to you in Nairobi at subsidized, at minimum transportation costs. Also, we also exhibit or we train our farmers on how to graft. For example, like when it comes to the issue of grafting avocado, when we bring in our trainees, our farmers, the nursery operators, we also train them on how to graft their materials in a good way so that they have maximum takes and they also operate a nurseries as a business. So KALRO in general is contributing to the general concept of increasing the fruit tree cover, and also by introducing crops to farmers that not only assist in the increase of fruit cover, but the farmers are able to get some income from it, therefore increasing their general incomes.
As we do this one, we have now embraced various channels, like when it comes to seed production. These regions, I've mentioned the 16 of them, they are identifying farmers in their region. They produce in KALRO farms and also contract growers in those regions and produce process the seeds together with KEFIs, and from there the seeds are distributed in those regions or wherever they are required. When it comes to transformation and we were thinking of distribution of the seeds, quite a number of channels that we thought, and that one we are practicing as KALRO Seeds. One of them is to have an event like what we have today, that is the Kilimo Expo 2023, which is taking place. This is just one of the channels that we are disseminating the technology that have been developed by our scientists, our breeders, to ensure that the farmers come to know which varieties are suitable for what region, the varieties that are resilient to the climate change, which now we are experiencing. The farmers come to know them, and then they take this technology, they start practicing them.
And as part of our work, we also establish a demonstration plots for farmers, where farmers are able to visit the demo plots, see the seeds that we are offering to them for sale. What are they expecting when they manage it well? For example, if it's beans, they are able to see, for example, the size of the pods. They are able to see what spacing to use. They are able to see what are the challenges that they may encounter out in the field, and what kind of management practices that they can be able to use to manage their crop. And other than just demonstrating the crop, the farmers also have an opportunity to interact with the researchers and ask them what is the best area or what is the best zone of growth of their crop. So when they visit the demonstration area, they are able to get an all-round information showing to them practically how to grow the crop, how to manage the crop, how to harvest the crop, and even what are the benefits of the crop, what prices they expect and yields in a unit area, so that when the farmer makes the decision from an informed point of view, and they are able to know what kind of seed is best for them and for what purpose.
We have also other channels whereby we have the Mkulima shop as one of the channels. And Mkulima shop is a concept that KALRO management has embraced. And the aim of these ones is to ensure that the technologies that are developed by KALRO and they want to reach to the consumer, this Mkulima shop are going to be like the outlet of these technologies. And these are shops that already 16 of them are being developed. Some of them now are operational. They are going to be placed. They are placed in these centers I've talked about, the 16 of them. And this is whereby all the seeds required in that region will be availed through this Mkulima shop. And not only the seeds, but any other technology that has been developed by KALRO and has reached the commercial level, that they will be available there so that the farmers can walk in and get this technology or this variety and go and make use of them. So that's another channel. The other channel we are also using as KALRO is whereby we are dealing with our private partners like seed companies, whom we are working together. Of course, also in the variety development, our breeders are working with private partners, our private sector, to ensure that the variety that comes out is variety that's required by our consumer. And these varieties now, when they are developed and they're out there, KALRO Seeds is their mandate to take this variety and make sure that, first of all, they explain to the consumer what the variety contained, the traits, the positive traits about the variety. And when we are doing this kind of dissemination, the private companies are coming in to pick which variety they think is suitable for their region or their target mandate. And then when they pick this technology or this kind of seed or variety, then KALRO licensing them. And when they are licensed, they go, in the license there is that agreement whereby they go, produce, and then distribute and start marketing this variety and certain agreement. Another channel that we are using to ensure that our technologies reach to the consumer is the use of digital platforms. KALRO has developed a number of digital platforms which have been found to be very useful. And this is also, in this event, we are also showing off these many platforms that KALRO has developed. And farmers actually are appreciating them because they can now predict the rain and people can know when the rain is coming. And that's very important to any farmer to know when we expect rain and when we don't expect rain. We also reach our farmers through the extension staff, and when we reach them, we train the agricultural extension staff so that they get what is new in KALRO, and from there they disseminate it further to the consumers who are the farmers, because we do not have the capacity. However, our team who are well trained, we also have what we call CIGs, common interest groups, who are doing production. Others also, they want to produce crops for certain reason. They invite us and also train them. So we have other dissemination channels like that one, where we deal direct with the farmer to ensure that the production of the crop is done in the proper way. The e-commerce, we are developing this one to ensure that the farmers where they are, you can just order using your phone the crop you want, the variety you want, and then it's delivered to your door using this one. I know this is a program that we are working on at the moment with the ICT team and other stakeholders in KALRO to ensure that this technology is going to be available whereby Farmers will not go looking for where KALRO centers are, where the seeds are being sold or being produced. You just order in your phone, and then the product is delivered to your doorstep.